I forgot what day it was.
Feel like it.
Say happy holidays. So let's say what holiday it was. But, you know, it is what it is. So, Memorial Day. Yes. Labor Day. Fuck.
You literally just said it's Labor Day, right? Yeah, it's Labor Day. Okay, cool. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Again, I might have sort of dropped everything to get over here because someone changed the time.
I dropped everything to get over here, so I forgot
league.
Something I legitimately asked 3 seconds ago.
Yes, I am running on no food whatsoever.
I really hope you have it recorded.
The fact that I'm still smiling is nothing short of a miracle.
That's
right
a
now.
smile.
I really hope I have that recorded.
The recorded of, hey, is it Labor Day? Cool. Happy Memorial Day, everyone.
Fuck off.
Fucking idiot.
Good. Well, I hope you guys brought stuff to talk about.
Welcome to the nature. Welcome to the nature edition.
Yes, the outdoor classic, if you will.
Hope you hear all the birds, squirrels, and cicadas going nuts.
I'm about to say it's really
as well
just
as lawnmowers
and lawnmowers and
nothing
hedges
says
and clippers and hedges and clippers.
Nothing says it's almost autumn like cicadas in September.
Yeah, but before we started recording, I'm sitting there with Brian, and I'm like, dude, it's September already.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened to this year?
Oh, I'm so.
I had a moment like that when I was working. We used to work promotions back at the current job I have, but it was in the promotions department. It was when it just hit July, and we're talking to our boss there, and he's like, "Oh, it's July 1st," and I was like, "It's July 1st. It's July."
It's crazy.
I've actually had
so weird.
I had the same thing when you said September. I'm like, where did this year go?
I've actually had such a busy summer that I'm excited for it to be over. It's the most firstest of first world problems, but between all the concerts and car shows and events that I've been to, I'm like ready for life to slow down. And with the weather just being wet, hot, and humid, I'm like,
I'm wet, hot American summer.
It really has been. Is that a song or something? I don't.
Movie.
Gotcha.
Movie/TV show.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, speaking of movie/TV show, I did see. I watched a movie with friends last night. It was Zombiever. And oh my god,
that sounds amazing, and I need to hear everything about this movie.
Good. All right, so I mean, it plays kind of like a B. It's a B-roll movie. Did you ever see Bath Boy Comedy on YouTube?
No.
Peter Gilroy, he's in that movie, but it plays out like I don't know. It seems to be filmed like a cheap porno, but
ooh, my favorite.
And there's nudity for all the good Christians listening.
Stan Lemon stealing whores.
But it's the whole premise is there's
my favorite porno.
There's this chemical truck, and chemicals fall off of the truck itself.
Are they turning the beavers gay?
They turned them into zombies. So
ooh,
close.
Close enough.
And these are they gay zombies?
Don't worry, Alex Jones.
Do they promote the homosexual agenda?
We can't make any assumptions here. It's not fair to.
Okay. Well, then how are we going to defend Alex Jones then?
We're not. We're going to defend ourselves from zombievers. And it's just the. I found it wildly entertaining. I'm not a huge horror movie person, not because I don't like them. I just haven't really watched that many. It was fantastic. I don't want to give away too much, but it's just. Crappy gore, crappy effects. Like it was awesome.
Like ketchup as the blood.
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I can't even say it was that crappy. There were some moments where I was like, "This is genuinely terrifying looking."
I have a lot of issues with horror movies because a lot of them, they
why?
Because my thing with horror movies is that a lot of them bank on. It's the same thing with Five Nights at Freddy's. They bank on the jump scare. That's not scary. That's startling. There's a very key difference between being scared and being startled. Like if Bob's just turned the corner and then I just jump out of nowhere and go bah, and Bob jumps he's startled. He's just like, oh shit, that's not scaring someone. That's startling someone.
No, but if they bring it up to
scaring someone is if Spencer's in a school and he's running from the killer, and the killer's slowly walking towards him while scraping the axe on the ground, seeing the sparks go off, and Spencer's sitting there in genuine fear. That's scary.
Yeah, but suspense that builds up to the jump scare, like if that person's chasing me and then suddenly I don't see where he is, and there's that brief moment of concern and then boom, jump scare.
That's not scary. That's startling.
That is scary.
And also, but that's so played out too that that's coming when the music's like.
Yeah, everything in movies has been played out before. That's why it's fun to see someone's different take on it. Sometimes, yes, it just looks like another horror movie. but other times, like, it's the fear going up to the jump scare. It's that moment of ambiguity of what's going to happen. I'm on the edge of my seat. I don't know where this person is. And people jump scare.
Like the suspense.
This is precisely.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's done really artistically where, like, the guy, like, steps on a pipe or something, and it makes noise, and he turns around, and there's nothing there, and there's a moment of relief, and he turns around, and boom, there's the guy.
Okay, well, that's different.
No,
that's
it's not.
That's
That's
not a jump scare.
Yes, it is.
No, that's not a jump scare.
He's boogie boogie. He's there.
No, a jump scare would have been like he looks back behind him, and as he's still looking there, then it's just like nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Boom. Then that'd be it. But it's his relief.
What happened.
Turns around. No. It's different. You said he said like say that turned around, nothing's there, turned back around, and then it's there in front of him.
I feel like
it's
That's
still a jump
different.
scare.
That's not
No,
a jump
that is
scare. That's
absolutely-
different.
Hold on, time
No,
out.
it's not-
different.
he didn't turn around and just see the guy there. He just turned around and then.
Okay, well then you described it wrong.
I feel like there is a the camera work. The camera work is what differentiates it from a jump scare to a legitimate scare. The way the jump scare would be is if face shot, the guy turns, there's nothing there, guy turns back, and then it's the guy's just happens to be there. That's fine. The jump scare is like there, still nothing there. Boom in your face, like that stupid internet video when you're trying to do the maze.
Yes.
And like the screaming
And the
ghost
guy
zombie.
puts his fist through
And
the
where you
monitor.
punch
Yeah.
the screen. That's more of a jump scare.
Some classic internet.
So there's two different kind of, and it all depends on the camera work and how everything is.
Yeah, well, I mean, anything
shot.
could be poorly done for sure. If the jump scare is just over, just I don't know, just poof person. Yeah, I could totally see where that would get annoying. But you can do it artistically where it can be terrifying and frightening. It's just,
No, I agree. I'm saying you
just like it's not scary if for whatever reason your plot device just isn't. I don't know. It's just not doesn't frighten you.
Yeah.
But I think knowing that the jump scare might happen also helps build the suspense and fear. So it's a bit major part of it.
So, but I'm saying like a lot of movies just rely on just like things just appearing out of nowhere, going like "Bah, got you," and I'm like, that's not scary. That's startling.
But I mean,
I don't
Five
like
Nights
being
is-
startled.
Five Nights at Freddy's is legitimately terrifying. I found that one terrifying. I found Slenderman terrifying. Both rely on the jump scare.
Well, Slenderman did it right because he doesn't just. It's more so like I guess he kind of does just like appear nowhere, but he never really goes up in the screen out of your face out of nowhere. He comes up to the screen once like you have like that time where it's like I'm fucked.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
he
know
got me.
when that's happening.
Like
but
this-
with,
the screen will
with,
start-
with FNAF, it's just kind of like, boom, boom. Hey,
Nah,
here's a
Slenderman-
robot.
Slenderman got me good one time because like
Well-
he can turn you, or if he's behind you, he can turn you around, and then that's pretty much a jump scare if you ask me. It's just
Or once you get
boom,
all
he's there.
pages, then it's like all right, you're done. He got
Yeah.
you. And I'm like, what's the point of the game then?
It was made.
Really? Is that how it ends?
Yeah, if you don't win, if you find all 8 pages, he just gets you. And I'm like, that's kind of stupid.
So there's no way to actually win the game.
I don't know if the game was.
No,
really
because you
made-
could never win with Slenderman.
I don't know
Weren't
if the
they
game
making
was
a
ever
movie of
meant to
that?
be taken this as seriously as it became. I think it was just someone made this just for fun. Because I mean, Slenderman was an old lore. That wasn't an original character. Which I mean, that was the first time I heard of Slenderman. But I think he's even getting his own movie now.
I think they are. Yeah, I think they're either
Well, yeah,
in
once
production
once
or
2 kids had to kill one of their friends, these 2 kids stabbed their friend like 15 times in the woods. It was for Slenderman. I'm sure every movie producer was like, yes, let's make a movie.
I mean, hey, it works, especially if it's based off. I mean, that's one of the. I mean, the Five Nights at Freddy's isn't just the jump scares, the lore and backstory. I've never been more obsessed with a game I've played 5 minutes of than Five Nights at Freddy's. Like the whole lore, and it's all based off of like a child that actually got bit back in the '80s at a Chuck E. Cheese's. Like that's what the ghost is and whatnot. And then it just progresses forward, and you start learning more and more while trying not to die and waiting for that jump scare. It just helps
You
bring
know-
the suspense to all of it.
You know what's one of the best horror games I've ever played? You guys ever play or watch Until Dawn?
Never heard of it.
is that
Fantastic.
So I used to watch a lot of like Rooster Teeth, Achievement Hunter. Did they do a?
They did do Until Dawn.
Okay, that was one like based off the butterfly effect, right?
Yes, the whole
Okay.
game is based
I
off of like
loved their series of Let's Plays on that.
yeah.
But go ahead.
No, I was saying because that game's fantastic because you take control of the quick backstory. Kids go up to a cabin for winter night getaway fun of drinking and promiscuous sex, and there's 2 girls.
This sounds like Zombie Beaver, just so you know.
It's every horror movie. Teenagers go to faraway place to have
like,
sex.
Is it a lake house or like by a pond or something?
I think it's more of like just
It's
like
like
a
a
winter,
mountain-
It's in
winter
the woods,
mountain
though.
cabin.
Winter
It's in the
mountain.
woods.
Winter. It's in the winter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they
That's-
do.
that's
They
the
do.
difference
Specifically in
then.
the winter. Although, like, they're all like college friends or high school friends. They all get together. There's a family of 3. There's 2 girls and a boy.
And a cup.
That's the people who, like, their parents own the house. Funny.
2 girls in a cup.
2 girls and a boy. Their parents own the house, so they're chilling at the house, whatever. And then all the friends want to play the prank on the one girl. They get her to think that she's going to sleep with this guy. Then they all take pictures of her. When she starts to get her clothes off, she runs off into the woods. Her sister chases after her. They all fall off a cliff and die. And then it's like the game takes place a year later. The brother's like, "Hey guys, I know like a year ago, shit happened, but
Happy anniversary.
let's all party and like try to be friends again." So it's like so you randomly take control of different characters.
Right.
And you play throughout the night.
So kind of like Grand Theft Auto?
No.
Oh.
No, not at all. So you take place of different characters and you play throughout the night, and you do shit, and then things start happening. Like shit starts like creeping up out of nowhere. People get scared by all the other teenagers and whatnot. But like different things
Right.
you can do
Hilarious
affect
hijinks ensue.
affect the rest of the game. Because then once the kids start to realize like shit's happening and they need to get the fuck out. Like, there's moments where it's like, oh, you find a flare gun. Do you keep it with the character you have, or do you give it to the other person? Because it's like, oh, if you don't give it to...
So can you fuck yourself over? Like, can you...
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my God, yes. That's
But
the entire
you control
game.
the characters, though. So if someone starts fucking you over, you can just can't you repossess that character and be like,
No,
no,
they're
stop.
dead.
'Cause
No, once they're dead, they're
story
dead.
driven. So after you beat that
Right.
part of the story, you go and control this person. It's like the next chapter.
Oh,
It's like
so you
reading-
don't get to pick and choose as you
No.
play.
They put you in control of different people.
It's like a choose your own adventure.
So there's
book,
like multiple different outcomes of this game and whatnot.
Yeah, there's like
okay.
there's endings where it's like
where
everyone survives, no one survives, or just like a few scattered people survive.
Gotcha.
It's all depending on like different shit you do. Like there's one thing where it's like, oh, if you are mean to this one character as this one character, then when they're running away and they need the door to be opened, the character will be like, I don't know, you were kind of a dick to me earlier, so they won't open the door, so then a character will just die. Or there's another one where like it's like, oh, if you don't give it's like if this one character doesn't have the flare gun, then they'll die later because they don't have something to protect themselves with. And it's all depending on like who gets what you do in
That's
what scenarios.
It's a really cool
it's
concept.
a
of the
very
game.
very good game.
How old is this game? What console? Or PC?
PS4 20.
Oh, okay. So it's not like that old.
14, 15.
I
feel like
It's
a
a
game
very
out
it's a
there.
very movie-esque game.
I think that's
Okay.
a game the 3 of us need to stream on Twitch.
Oh hell yeah, I'd love to play that game again.
I'd be in.
And we definitely have to do like the classic
also-
horror kind of like.
I'm a bitch
Dark
when it comes
room.
to horror games.
Oh,
An
same
absolute
here.
Bitch.
Oh, same here. Horror
I got
games,
freaked
horror
out by
movies.
the first part of the first part of BioShock. I got freaked out by that. Like when the person jumped out, I wasted my entire shotgun ammo, everything, because there's a guy that like fell out of a closet, and so I'm just shooting this carcass in the ground, like. But I also try to get myself into it because you can be people like Eric, where you're like, that's stupid, this is dumb, that's fake. I can see the string. Like I get it. It's a movie. It's a game. But like
Yeah, you gotta
I
kinda
also
create, like, your own horror.
I enjoy getting myself into it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
enjoy getting attached to the characters. I enjoy fear when I know that it's contained.
Mhm.
Like I played I guess I'll do spoilers since we're doing the but I played a VR game. And so the whole premise of the VR game is you're supposed to get a plank of wood in real life, just like an actual plank of wood, and you put it down on the ground and make sure it's like an inch, maybe inch and a half off the ground. And so the VR game plays like you're standing on this plank of wood like 40 stories high off a building. And you can jump if you want to, or you can look around and whatnot. And it's really just more of like a sensory thing. There's no real plot to it or whatever, but there's an elevator you take from the floor to the top and down, and you can mess around with the elevator numbers. And this was a casual game that I bought for my friend because he has the VR and it looks for fun. It looks like fun. I will happily pay $20 for this game and play it on his $1,500 setup between the VR.
VR is very expensive.
It is, but it's so cool. But I
It is cool.
So apparently I pressed 666 on the elevator, and all of a sudden the elevator just shuts off, and I'm like, And meanwhile, like, my friends are in the back grabbing a drink, or whatever. It's just a little typical house party, and I'm just like, guys, guys. And this gigantic spider comes walking up to you, and I'm like, guys. And I start pressing the button to get up, like, no.
See?
And the thing
That's
closed.
scary.
Yeah,
That's fucking scary.
Right, but Ron, this is a casual game. There's nothing in the description that said anything about any of this. It was just like a sensory, like, wow, what would it feel like if you were on a cliff? And it's cool because you're off the ground, you know, just being in real life, being that ever so high off the ground. And it was fun because Eric tackled me to the ground, and then I fell off it, and it was like I'm like face first, looking at the ground as I'm falling. It was a fascinating, terrifying feeling. But anyway, so you get to the top, and you go to the plank, and out in the plank there is a phone ringing. So you walk out to the phone, and you pick it up, and you just hear like that kind of laugh. And you turn around, and there's a clown sawing the plank that you're standing on.
That's when Brian takes off the headset, puts
no.
it down, and never looks at it again.
Oh no! This is the part where I'm like, I'm in for the ride. I'm in for the ride. And so you fall. Like, he saws it to the point you fall, and you get back up. But this time you're in the middle of the road, which you never really get. You usually start off on the sidewalk. And you look one way and you're fine. And you look the other way and a bus hits you. And it just goes black. And you wake up and you're strapped to a chair. And the same clown comes walking over with a drill.
Nope.
And just you start hearing the
Nope.
and he starts drilling into your face. But the way the VR thing works, like, obviously, no, there's no physical drill in my mouth, but it's just like the sound effects and whatnot. And no matter which way you turn, the drill stays steady with your. I mean, you could go a full 360 to the point that it's not physically. This guy can't contort his arm, and then it just ends, and then it starts again, like, haha, happy game menu. And I'm just like,
I had to fight off a panic attack right
oh
there.
my god, it was amazing. Oh, me too. It was just fascinating how terrifying this was. And again, a casual game. Let's see what it feels like to just hang out on a board at 40 feet or stories in the sky. And then there's also casual parts where you can get little rocket hand things where you can fly around. That's just for fun, though. The only thing worth describing really was the terrifying horror part, which was really well done. I want to know who in the game developers was in charge of that, because everyone else took their time, just made a casual little fun game, and then there's Jenkins in the corner who has to get some sort of anger or some sort of...
It's like, it's an Easter egg, they push 666. Ha 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 ha.
Yes, and maniacally laugh he did, because Jenkins, or whatever your real name is, hats off to you, sir and or madam. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That might be my favorite horror game.
I was gonna say it wasn't.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
It wasn't. I
worth.
was gonna say there was a game. Obviously, Spencer knows this one. Bob, I don't know if you know this one, but there was a game that was just like a very casual game when I first went into it, because I watched somebody else play. I didn't play it myself. Was a Doki Doki Literature Club. That was just like a very casual dating sim game.
You know, I think I remember seeing you play it once during the 2-player challenge days.
No, we didn't play it.
No?
No,
Yes.
it came out last year.
Richie's Plank Experience.
But so.
That sounds riveting.
But no, so that game, spoilers for anyone who cares about Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what it's about now.
I saw a Twitch streamer like a month ago play it who actually somehow avoided all the spoilers.
Wow, good for them.
I was more impressed by that than the gameplay itself. Just kidding, the gameplay was great too.
No, it's
Zixi the Pixie.
It's like people nowadays who like play Undertale and they're like, I don't know anything about it. I'm like, how?
Fucking
honestly, that was me. Aside from like the little bits and pieces that like I've heard from you guys,
yeah.
My brother and I are still in the middle of and we're actually towards the end now of our pacifist run.
Yeah.
Haven't made a single bit.
So you know anything about what happens at the end of Pacifist?
No idea.
That's cool. So
Dumbledore dies.
Oh.
So Doki Doki Literature Club. I mean, they actually it's on the Steam page. It says psychological horror. So like, and when you start the game, it says this is not for children. But I didn't see that because I just saw someone just start up the game, and I was like, all right, let's get into it. And I was watching it on YouTube, and so the game starts out, it's like a regular dating sim game. It's like, oh, look at all the anime girls there at school. Which one do you want to date? Write some poems.
Why is the protagonist of all these anime dating sims always such a dick? Like, if you know, especially in Doki, I mean, obviously Doki Doki was supposed to just amplify. It was to make fun of a weeb game.
It was a game that makes fun. It's making fun
It's
of those
making fun of
games.
dating sims, but it's so true. Not that I would play them, but if I did back when I was in middle school and lonely,
Or like
the
visual
guy-
novel games.
the visual, yes,
Yeah, the
visual novel, even
games.
better.
Well, it's because whoever writes them is just like, I want to be a guy who's with 70 women and be a dick about it.
I'm a nice guy in real life,
Yeah,
therefore I'm going
he's-
to write myself in as a
yeah,
dick.
people who make the visual
All that
novels
stupid shit.
should be on r/nice guys. So the whole thing about the game is just like, oh, you start learning about these characters, and it's like the smallest girl likes to read manga, but her dad doesn't like that. And then it's like another girl, she really likes like gothic dark novels. The main girl is just something a little off about her, and then there's like your neighbor who is always late to school, and you don't know why, and then you find out that she's actually depressed, so she gets trouble to like wake up in the morning or whatever. And it's like, oh, she confesses her love to you, and then you could say like, I love you too, or I love you as a friend.
Ooh.
Friend
And
zone.
fun fact, no matter what you pick, you go to get her the next morning, and it, like the best part, it's like, it's a meme now, it's just a line, I gently open the door, and you open the door, and then it's like, it's a black screen, and it's just like, you say your name, you're like, say your, and then it's just, boom, it's her hanging.
And it
She straight
plays-
up hangs herself, and it plays demonic music. Like, it plays the main theme, but demonic.
and everything starts getting all distorted and glitchy.
And the game starts to break down, and then you see in the back, it's like, error code, like, whatever, or like character file Sayori not found. And then you just see her hanging there, and the character just goes like, I can never fix this. And then the game ends, starts up again from the very beginning of the game, but Sayori's dead, so her character doesn't come up in the files anymore. So the game starts glitching, and then starts up again, and then the game plays like she never existed.
And a creepy part that I only noticed when I was playing, when I was watching Zixie the Pixie play.
Great name.
I actually kind of like it. Starts with an X.
Go on.
It starts with an X. If anyone wants to look her up, she's really cool. But no, I noticed that in the background there's a poster. There's like it's in the classroom. There's posters and
Yeah.
whatnot. I never noticed until that playthrough that there's a screen. Like the poster turns into a screenshot of Sayori hanging. And it's just like, meanwhile, like, happy music, happy times, yay, book club, Sayori hanging, happy music, happy times.
But yeah, after this girl hangs herself, the rest of the game just gets fucked.
Even if you don't want to play it, it's well worth watching a playthrough. You
Yeah,
could even if you're not in the mood, I would encourage people, if you don't want to play it, to at least watch the beginning part, just so you get attached to the characters, or you get to know the characters. But if you want to skip to the first hanging, that's when shit gets real after that one.
Wow.
But oh my god, that game messed with me for a few days. Because there's like one part that you can't get unless you know ahead of time, then restart the game completely and then do stuff at the very beginning. Then like this certain ending will appear, and like that ending like messed me up.
And the game can also sense if you're recording it with OBS, and so one of the characters would be like, "I wanted to stay between you and me," but now I know it's not. And like it gets all it jump scares.
It does it does a legitimate jump scare where it's just like it's
A
the two
well
of you.
done jump scare.
Ah.
Oh, come on, that's a good one. It's a damn good one.
It's I'm not saying all jump scares are bad, but being like, I scared you with my jump scare, it's like, that's not a scare, you startled someone. But then again, jump startle doesn't sound as good.
Jump start.
So
It's like
but yeah,
trying to start a car.
but yeah, so
I'm
like
gonna go jump
she
startle it.
but yeah,
Startle.
but what's great is that you can enter in whatever name and they'll like read your computer. So like if you put your name in as like, oh, I'm David in the game, but then like later on the game reads your computer and be like, David's not your real name, it's Bob, right? And it's like, oh.
I heard you like to play Castlevania. Metal Gear Solid, that shit.
What's funny is that if they did that to mine, it'd be like, your name's BKPC, right? And I'm like, whoops. Because for my PC, my first name is BKPC.
You're so
So
politically
that
correct.
would be my name. But yeah, it'll be like, oh, you're using OBS. I thought this was just the two of us. Hello, everyone. And she'd be like, yeah, I thought blah, 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 blah.
By the way,
No.
Brian, you have a little nature on your headphone cable. If you
Oh,
look
is it
down,
the- is
you
it
got
the
a
white-
little
is it-
caterpillar?
Is it the white caterpillar? Dude, I saw him traveling across the whole table. Nature podcasts are the best. Crikey!
Brian made a friend.
I made a friend today. That's
Well-
the name of this episode. Brian made a friend.
Brian made
Oh, bye.
Well, I think one of my favorite horror games is Dead Space. Love the whole series. It's this sci-fi kind of thing. It starts out like any other sci-fi thriller where you're the main character, Isaac, and you're flying in to fix a space station. And when you arrive, no one's home. You know, the lights are on, but no one's home. And
lights are on and no one's home. There's bill's going to be through the roof.
I know, right? It's this gigantic space station that you fly in, you land. Yeah, see, at the end of the game, you actually open up the mail that the captain just left, and it's like $15 million, and you're like, how are we going to pay for this? But, so you fly in, and, you know, you open in the hangar bay, and you slowly see that there are these creatures that took over the ship, and there, you know, a lot of jump scares and jumping out of things, but like just the ambiance of the game itself makes it
it's a fantastic
good
game.
version of jump scares.
Yeah,
really fun, and you're looking for your girlfriend who happens to be on the ship, and you're trying to figure out if she's alive or dead the entire time, and you're getting all these weird like premonitions from her that you're not sure if they're actually her or not.
Your girlfriend's actually the ship.
And, you know, yeah.
Everyone's inside her.
It's a weird Avatar: The Last Airbender where, you know, Sokka's dating the moon. It's a whole thing.
Is that actually a thing? I
never
saw.
No.
Yeah.
How does... I know Ozzy Osbourne barks at the moon, but I never heard of dating the moon.
The girl he is dating turns into the moon.
The ultimate long-distance relationship.
How?
Watch the show.
I don't want to.
It's worth it. It's honestly one of the
We just ruined like
best
3
shows
series
I've
today. Why
ever
can't we
seen.
ruin that one?
Rosebud was a sled.
I hated that movie. I fucking hated Citizen
Snape kills
Kane.
Dumbledore.
It's one of those things where I get it. For its time period, the camera angles and visual effects they used were
We
way
talked
ahead of
about
its
this
time.
already, I
I
think.
know, but I'm just reiterating. I fucking hate Citizen Kane.
So, something I want to talk about was that Bob and I were looking up some holidays that were happening recently,
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
and I found 2 of the best holidays that very much so relate to today. So
Yes.
it's a shame. It's a
Labor
shame.
Day.
It's a shame it wasn't today, but these days I feel fit today very well.
Definitely.
In 2 days, September 5th, it's going to be late to something day.
Who makes these up? Just put it out there. Like, this has to be some Yahoo that just puts shit on the internet.
Honestly,
I like
I
it.
have no idea.
I'm with it.
Also, I will say the month of September as a whole is Baby Safety Month, Chicken Month, Better Breakfast Month, Classical Music Month, Fall Hat Month.
I don't know why when you
Autumn
said
hat
baby safety month, I just imagined the meme of like the woman with the baby in the stroller and then just pushes the stroller off a cliff. I'm like, no, baby. Or no, is it a child? I forget.
It's also National Blueberry Popsicle Month,
I didn't know that blueberry popsicles existed.
They
Spreading
need-
awareness.
they
Look
need
at
a whole
that.
month?
Self-Improvement Month, apparently.
I might every year.
I don't think I've ever had a blueberry popsicle.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I've had blue. I've had the flavor of blue. 'Cause
Dabba
Yes.
dee dabba die.
Nope, just blue.
Dabba dee
Blue's
dabba
a
die.
flavor.
If you were green, you would die.
Dabba-dee, dabba-da, yabba-dee, yabba-da.
Don't you have a fantasy football thing to get to? God damn it.
Yeah, in like 20 minutes.
But yeah, so there are a lot of weird holidays.
But the holiday I feel that most represents today
oh,
is
100%.
September 13th.
Probably Labor Day. 'Cause today's
Blame
Labor Day.
someone else day.
You want to crack this one out? We crack this one
So,
out?
this morning,
I will let you two argue.
Why?
I'm gonna-
I will sit back.
I'm
you
blaming
bringing
2
this up?
people today.
Why are you bringing
this
up the
morning-
podcast?
Because
Now
I
it's a
wanted to.
Now it's a drama channel. Okay. All right, cool.
Spencer, you got your wish.
Amateur everything is terrible. Don't watch it.
Well, that's fair because he doesn't have any new content in the past like 2 years.
No, so yesterday we were like, oh, we'll do the podcast at noon because I have fantasy draft to
You
get
said
at
that
3.
at almost 8 o'clock yesterday. Don't make it sound like we were just all discussing it yesterday. I was not even in the conversation.
No. I'm saying everyone was in the conversation when we set the original plans.
Yes,
it was at
3
my house.
o'clock.
I
Start
thought
at noon.
my fantasy draft was at 3 o'clock because that's what he meant. That's what he put on the event page. 3 o'clock. I didn't click the group because it's a football draft. What fucking other information do I need? I go to the place. I go at the time. Done. Apparently, former guest of the show, Steve, a big old dingus, couldn't change the time in the group.
To be fair, he also wanted to fight a kangaroo.
He also thinks he can beat a kangaroo, so, you know.
I'm down to see it happen.
I feel a relation between trying to fight kangaroos and not able to change the times on Facebook groups.
Can we get consent by kangaroos? Can we get a consent from a kangaroo, like so it's not animal abuse or like What's the
Well, we don't need to get a consent because that kangaroo's going to whoop his ass.
No, you still technically need consent. There's going to be a lot of animal abuse activists that will kind of rightfully be pissed.
Dear PETA, go fuck yourself.
No, PETA doesn't count. They actually kill their own animals. I'm talking about the ones that matter.
Quick side note: did you remember the diner we went to the other day where PETA wanted tombstones made for all those lobsters that died in the crash?
That is legitimately funny.
I saw the best caption. So, do you know Jordan Peterson and how he?
Yeah.
So you know the lobster thing. It was just like when you listened to when you disagree with Jordan Peterson. It's just I forgot the caption now. It's not funny anymore. Continue.
So Steve.
Or don't continue. I don't want to go over this. We fucking.
So Steve said it was at 12. I then told him, all right, I got to change my plans then. So I texted our group chat and said, hey, can we make it earlier? I have a draft to get to at 12. Tagged both at Bob, at Spencer. Bob replied, hey, no problem. Like, we'll do that. Cool. Thanks, guys. Somebody didn't see that.
No.
And
and you can tell if you can't see it because you see a little icon that says if you
I
see it or
sent
not.
that. I got the message from Bob. I said, cool.
Bob's not my caretaker.
You know, and usually when you tag someone on there, it sends a little notification to your phone saying, hey, somebody's talking to you.
Might have gotten mixed up with something else. I wasn't looking at my phone that intently
Mr.
at 8 o'clock
Popular
at
over
night.
here.
Mr. Popular over here has too many
I know.
messages to
Sucks
go
to be
through,
me.
apparently.
Sucks to be me.
Too many
To which the
sliding
point,
into the DMs.
in all reality, I'm like, okay, whatever, like, miscommunications happen. The thing I didn't understand was you told me text me next time.
Yes.
But what's the difference between getting a text notification and getting a Facebook notification where I specifically tag you in and it gives you a notice saying this person's tagging you?
I've always taken text more seriously. I've noticed the green box over the blue one on Facebook that just meshes with all the other blue shit. I just didn't see it. I didn't notice it. If you don't see my little person that pops up that said I read it, I didn't fucking read it. And like it wouldn't matter if it was something like just content for the podcast or whatever. No, this was a 3-hour time difference before. I wouldn't mind if I was 3 hours early if we were starting at 6 or whatever, or 3 or whatever. This was 3 hours before. And so I thought I was actually running ahead of time. I had shit to do this morning. I'm at my errands, and I get a buzz in my pocket. I see in the group chat that you're here. I'm like, why'd you get here? Why'd you get there so early? Well, now I know. All for your fucking little made-up football team. Cool.
It's
Priorities.
like D&D for jocks.
It is.
It is. No,
And I love it.
Right. So
Except I hate fantasy. I hate fantasy so much. I'm in 3 leagues.
I'll
I
say
don't
you
have
hate
the time
fantasy.
to follow one.
You're in the bunch.
I'm in 3 leagues.
I'm in 2.
Hopefully commissioning a fantasy hockey league, even though I fucking hate fantasy sports in general, but I still do
I
it.
think it's a cool concept.
What do you hate?
I
What do you hate
love
fantasy
it.
sports?
I love it. I just don't have time. I just can't pay attention.
That's
do it
why.
because
That's why I like football.
I
'cause
don't add new leagues. Like I was invited to be in the league that you're doing today. I was invited, but I'm like, I just can't do it. I am in too many as it is.
You don't want to be in this one anyway.
You thought
And
I was
I'm
Mr. Popular.
Because I'm in one
Mr. 70 Tex and Mr. 70 Fantasy Leagues over here. I guess I got to step my shit up.
Well, the 3 leagues that I'm in,
I guess we'll invite you maybe. That could be you.
One that I've been in since middle school. I've been in another one that I've been in with, like, a lot of my friends from home, and I'm in your league. So those 3 are the only ones that I'm going to do. My hockey league is the one I've been doing since probably, sophomore year of college, I want to say. So it's just something I've been doing that I'm going to keep doing, but I'm not going to add any more, and I just can't. I was in 5 last year.
I'd say I like what I'm in. I only like doing one fantasy football league, but I'm in 2, and I don't want to like leave the one I'm going to today like just out to the side. So I'm like, whatever, I'll do it. But I like football's fantasy the most because besides the Thursdays where they have games, like it's Sunday and Monday. I can anytime during the week I can set stuff up. I can set it up. It'll be done. Whatever. Hockey. I like it. Yeah, you can set it up a week beforehand, but it's like it's every day. Some people some goalies don't play. They don't really tell you when these goalies don't play or not. I got to check this website to do it that Steve sent me one time that tells me who's playing and who's not.
That bastard. I need to get that link from him.
Oh, yeah.
As his commissioner, he needs to send it over to me.
He said that to me. He's like, don't let anyone else know. And I was like, okay. Whoops-a-daisy.
So for those that aren't too sportsy, so what exactly is the draft today? Like, is this you're going to be or I guess I'm coming to? We'll be watching people just like almost like an old grade school game of kickball, where you're picking that person back
Basically.
and forth.
Basically, yeah.
So there's no gameplay today. It's no.
Nope. You're drafting your team today.
Literally just sit there. It's like, oh, this
It's
person.
fun.
This person's going to be
how long
projected
does it-
for blah, 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 blah.
Is it like an auction though? Because these people get paid on like grade school kickball. So is it like $10 million for Brett
No.
Stevenson? No. Oh.
No. So how it goes? It'll be like, okay, say we're in an 8-man league. It's like person 1 picks, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, second round. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next round. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's snakes.
Neat. Cool.
And then
then
you pick players, and then every week put in the player you think will do the best. They play the game. The points happen, and then whoever has the most points in it that week wins that week, and you go on and go on.
I got
and go
the premise of fantasy football. I was just curious on the whole draft picks and all that jazz.
I never.
But speaking of snake, my scooter bit me. It looks like I kind of didn't even realize it as I was out yesterday, but it kind of looks
You look like
a
you lost
self-harm.
You look like you lost a game of Time Warrior for the Super Nintendo.
Where the fuck do you get that from? What a mark? It's a now.
You
given-
have more
Let
than
me
a-
tell you.
You
Why
have
did I
more than a
ask?
foot-long scratch on
Yes.
your arm.
Literally.
That's terrifying.
I shit you not. There is a game of Super Nintendo called Time Warrior, and whenever you lose, you like fall into like the vortex. And when it shows like the high score screen, it's a guy with looking sad with his arm up, and it's just a scrape across his arm.
Right. Well,
That's it.
Most of the jokes are more self-harm jokes, and we're really jokes. I think they're more concerns because I will say I kind of have
Hey,
one.
you know what? Proud of you. You went down the stream, not across the river.
Actually, I did both. If you look close enough.
No.
What
Nice.
actually happened
Double
was,
dipping.
It's like he tried the first time. He's like, oh, wait, no, this is the wrong way.
He did the wrong way, and he's like, wait, down the stream, not across the river.
People, please don't hurt yourselves on purpose. Mine was by my scooter, I promise. And you could tell too, because this would be ultra thick if it was actually like a.
With 2 C's.
Absolutely. There's not a razor blade wouldn't have this sort of thick. But no, what happened was I didn't really start my scooter project in a year, and rather than rushing it, I moved it to my new location into the garage area. But I only had a Volkswagen GTI to put it in, and I might have sort of just like put the ass end in of it first, put a tarp down, and laid it sideways. But as I laid it sideways, I kind of lost it, and a jagged edge just went right down my arm. I caught the scooter before it hit the ground, though, so priorities.
That's good.
Yeah.
At least the scooter's safe.
And it doesn't look
Fuck
like
your arm.
Doesn't look like I have tetanus, so I think we're good.
God, dude, how do you keep getting these kind of diseases?
I'm stupid. I'm just really fucking stupid. I got staph, I got tetanus, I got them all, man. Anything you want, I'm at Spencer's Disease Depot. That's what I am. Yeah. I'm also really hungry.
Is it Time
I
Lord?
can tell.
Maybe it was Time
Nope.
Lord.
Are you still on the stupid-ass game?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it now.
I'm hungry too, actually. I had one of those moments today because, like, I woke up a little bit late. I come downstairs, and I'd say not 5 minutes after I get downstairs and get like the extension cord ran and all that kind of stuff, Brian's like, "Hey, Bob, I'm here." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Well, somebody's got to get to his fake football thing, which I'm apparently going to also. So
What do you
if
mean
you want-
apparently? You asked if you
Apparently
wanted to
said,
go!
"Can I come?"
I wanted to see Steve. I don't really give a shit about
I was like,
sports.
fuck you, don't be like, I'm being dragged to this. You asked to go, you piece of shit.
Nah, it's just fun watching you get mad.
Fuck you.
I will say,
No, because, fuck you for a second. Fuck people who are like, I don't understand fantasy football, it's so confusing. The game fucking does it for you. It's
I
all
didn't
done.
ever say that. No one
No,
ever said
I was
that.
saying something about fantasy football that I hate when I tell people, like, oh, I played. Like, I don't understand that. You don't have to. It fucking does it for you. Just put the people in the spots.
I mean, if you never played anything ever, then I can respect
It's
why
so-
some people
it's
just don't understand
so
how
simple.
it's played.
Just put them in the spots and you win. That's it.
Or you can just watch the game at your own enjoyment, because that's what sports really are. It's just for entertainment. Fuck Brian. Do what you want.
No, but I like fantasy sports because
We got
it
that.
gets me to watch more. Like, I only watched the team I liked, and that's it. But now that I play fantasy sports, it's like, oh, I want to watch the Bears game.
I
because
didn't have a
the
life. But
Bears
now I really
defense.
don't have a life. Thanks, fantasy sports. That's fair. Now, people come together around sports, and then you start chanting your little, what's it, damn it, I can't think of the book. A bunch of children on an island. There's Lord of the Flies chants, yes.
there's flies involved. Yeah,
There's
no.
flies. There's a lord of it.
No,
What's the name of this book?
That's what sports reminds me of sometimes, between like the tribal-esque paint and then all the chants that people just coin in with. It's fun. I get into it. I was in pep band. I did the same thing. Not trying to say I'm better than it, but it is also fun to take a step back and watch it, and it's like a fucking cult. It's great.
You're not wrong. Definitely not wrong.
You're right there, Brian. You look constipated.
So, this past Friday,
Oh.
we had
It's in my voice.
quite possibly one of the best nights I think
That
we've
we
had
did.
in quite a long time.
It was a
We
lot
did.
of fun. I like that a lot.
You know, we just kind of hung out, but it was so relaxed.
It was. Had a few cigars. Shot the shit. Didn't shoot the Shibby, though. We saved that for you guys.
Yes. We keep all of our good conversations for this, as you can tell about football.
As you can tell, with a 30-minute conversation about horror games and then it's football.
Two of my favorite things.
Only real quality here.
I enjoyed. Because we all kind of. There was a few other people with us, and we all kind of went around with our phones playing a different song. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the musical chair music.
I was enjoying it until DJ Khaled was played.
Yes.
DJ Khaled.
Hate DJ Khaled.
He's so creepy.
I
I was
don't
at a
like any of
hookah
his
lounge.
music.
I was at a hookah lounge, and they were just marathoning his music videos. And one of them, he's just sitting there with money, giving it to this woman, like, "This is for your school. This is for your mom. Say my
Another
name,
one.
DJ Khaled. This is for your town. This is I don't even know why. Say my name, DJ Khaled." Like,
There was a
what kind of fucking weird ass power trip are you going through, where you need to just hand people money to hear them say your name?
He
It's
did
weird, man.
He did an interview.
His kid's
Where-
super adorable, though.
I'm sure he's a great guy. He could be just be this weird fucking person for entertainment purposes. I know there's plenty of them that exist. I'm just watching this video like, why? This is what the kids listen to? Back in my
dude,
day,
no.
we listened to real music.
So I would say talking about
Off my lawn.
talking. I
Your
had
skateboards.
I had a moment. It was, again, speaking of football, I bought Madden 19 because I buy every odd year, because Madden is like my biggest guilty pleasure of just, it's the same game every time. Why do I keep buying these?
Right.
That's why I went to just buying it every other year, because I'm like, I don't need every year, whatever.
We release this because we know you'll buy it.
Pretty much. And so our intern Matt, it's the one thing him and I can like really like do together, because we both like sports. It's like he's a big sports guy, I'm a big video game guy, but we both like sports
I'm
and
a little bit of
video games. So it's
country.
like,
I'm a little bit around
This
the
is-
road.
so this is the thing we both can do together, really. So
Aw.
we do like a franchise league, but we do a fantasy draft. Right now we're the Arizona Cardinals, and we drafted like from the entire NFL. Just did like a draft there, and so we have like Antonio Brown, Alvin Kamara, Kirk Cousins is our quarterback with Teddy Bridgewater backing
Kirk
him up.
Cousins. That sounds like a name I would make up.
We got like Aaron Donald is our one of our defensive ends, but regardless, but we're playing the game, and like while you're like setting your team up, getting ready for like the game or whatever, like Madden plays music. They're the songs, the licensed songs they have in music.
John Cena.
Usually when Madden, those games, they'll play music, and it's like once they kind of gotten away from like the rock and alternative to like rap music in there, I'm like, I could still name some of these. I knew zero. I don't know who sang them.
Little
I don't
Uzi
know
Vert.
any. Little Uzi Vert was one of them. I don't know
Really?
who the hell he is.
Isn't he one of them the skittle-haired people? The rainbow-haired
Might
dreads?
be.
Is he the one that died in the car? That got
does
shot?
not narrow it down.
That was X. X was the one who did.
Extension?
That's gonna
Extends?
be to you.
Yeah, I was like, I knew DMX, but
No,
no,
that's
dude,
not
like
The
Wrong
penis
X.
pill guy?
him.
Extension.
I know the name Cardi B. I never
Cialis.
heard her rap before.
And
Post
he go-
Malone was on there.
I know
I heard
Post
of him.
Malone.
I've never. I guess.
Isn't
I
he the
guess
guy
I.
with the mustache that looks like two dogs hugging?
How is Post Malone on? Yes, it is.
It was
And how is
Post Malone featuring Nicki Minaj in a
Okay.
song or something. It wasn't a good song.
He's a
but-
very like slow rapper, though. I don't see him like. I cannot imagine anyone getting amped by Post Malone. His concerts are different. I've seen those, but his studio releases are just slow
I was just-
songs.
A lot of the songs on there, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I could see. Some songs I'm like, all right, I could see why people like this. There was another song on there. I was just like, how in God's name does anyone like this? I don't know who sang it, but it was just like, when
just-
you know, you know. When you know, you know. And that was the entire song.
I mean, are
It
they
was
wrong?
fucking awful.
When you
Yeah, when I know your song is shit, I sure as shoot do know.
Jared, I got tootin' no. All right, Skeeter.
But because like Matt,
Now,
Matt,
Brian, they ain't trying to hurt nobody.
even Matt likes kind of that stuff. When the song came on, he's just like, "Wow, this song sucks."
And you can't even
Says
blame
the man who listens to Charles Boyd.
And you can't even blame it on the limitations of the system, because it wasn't like back in the N64 days where like Goldfinger would play and Tony Hawk, but it was only like the first minute on loop.
It was the first verse,
Or
and
like 1080 snowboard. It was just the menu was work your body to work your body, work your body to work your body, and it just kept on going.
Or arcade machines for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Gonna take you for a ride. Gonna take you for a ride.
Exactly.
Gonna take you for a ride. It just repeats.
Yep.
I loved it though. I love that.
Oh, I love the
never
work
realized
your body.
Superman by Goldfinger was looped.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I had no
Oh,
idea.
it's just the first verse and the chorus. It's only for the N64 version. On the PS1 version,
okay.
they do the whole song.
Okay,
Well-
I had the PS1 version.
Yeah,
so, okay.
they do the whole song, but it was only on the N64. All the songs had to get looped after the first verse and chorus
N64
because
was
it couldn't handle. all of it.
N64 had better games. PS1 was just a way better system. I didn't want to admit. I really didn't start admitting that until like a year ago. I would be like, no.
I'm proud of you.
No.
And fun fact
Although
for everyone out there, that Sony PlayStation was supposed to be the N64,
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
but Nintendo. I'm a big Nintendo fanboy. I wholeheartedly will admit that.
No, had no idea. Couldn't
Biggest
tell.
dick move ever by going to Philips over Sony, and it fucked them in the long run.
What did they do with Philips? Did they just
Philips
manufacture
CDI.
consoles?
They gave them license to make games
What's a
and
CDI
made
called? Because my scooter has a CDI. It's pretty much like the ECU. What's a CDI called? I mean,
computer
digital imaging. Wow. I mean, it actually might be.
computer disc interactive. I don't know. I'm sure it's some stupid shit like that.
Wow, but there are no discs on the N64.
There was on the Philips CDI. They were supposed to make a disc-based system was what
there
they
was
wanted
the
to do.
Nintendo CD or whatever it was called.
The disc drive?
Yeah.
It was only in Japan. It didn't come to America.
I know, but it still existed.
It did, and had a lot of great games on it.
I thought it only had like 6.
It had a few, but a lot of them were good.
Yeah.
One of the games playing was Super Mario 64 with 2 people, where you can simultaneously run through the castle and collect stars together, and I thought that was a really cool idea.
That's amazing.
But they didn't do it because disc drive sold terribly. So
Well,
they scrapped the game, and I was like,
wasn't
damn
it-
it, that
was-
would have been really
It would
cool.
have been super cool. Wasn't it like wildly expensive though? Like almost the same price as the original console itself?
It was a whole entire add-on. It was essentially what
Yeah,
Sega
but
did with like the 32X.
CDI is compact disc interactive.
I was
Yeah, that was pretty.
I was
damn it,
pretty
that's pretty
close.
obvious. No, damn it.
I was very close. I said
Because
computer
it's
disc. interactive.
CD-I, kind of like CDRs.
Yeah.
Look
So
at
I
what
should
makes your
know
scooter.
CD obviously is compact disc. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But I said computer disc interactive, so I was close enough. Whatever. But yeah, so they went to Philips and made 4 of the worst Nintendo games ever made. The trilogy of shit that was The Legend of Zelda, Wand of Gamelon, Legend of Zelda, Zelda's Adventure, and The Legend of Zelda. What was the third one? I don't remember.
I
It was
have no
Wand
idea.
of Gamelon, something else, and Zelda's Adventure.
I can't find what.
Did you
CDI
play as
stands
Zelda
for
or did you
scooters.
play as Link?
2 of the games you played as Zelda, 1 of the games you played as Link.
Really?
In Zelda's Adventure, you play Zelda. Wand of Gamelon, I think you play as Link, and then there's a third one where you play Zelda, and I can't remember what it is for the life of me. But they're all shit, and they also made Hotel Mario, which is the worst Mario game ever made. What is
I've never heard of any
Yeah,
of
I've
those
never
games.
heard
you
of
watch
that
YouTube poops where it's like, "Hey Luigi, I hope she made lots of spaghetti." That's Hotel Mario.
Possibly.
That's
Oh.
that's Hotel Mario.
Oh my.
It had cutscenes. What was the premise of the game? Closed doors. You win.
Actually, I do think I heard about this.
Yeah. So have you ever see like Link? I wonder what's for dinner, or like the shit like that. Yeah, those are the CDI games. All the cutscenes that like pretty much made YouTube poops.
That's
So
phenomenal.
it served its purpose, but yeah, no, it's just those things literally made YouTube poops to be what they are today.
Indeed.
So I guess, what did we learn today?
I'm about to say I'm starving because I skipped my entire morning routine to get here.
But so what did I learn today?
I know I learned that if we ever need to change plans, we need to text Spencer or cordially
Just
invite
make
him,
sure
send a
I
carrier
acknowledge
pigeon,
it. If you notice,
smoke signal,
I will just say K. I'll give you the
windscreen.
potassium. I'll hit you a K. You'll just know
All
that
right,
I
so
got
we'll
it.
drive to his house when we send the message and say, "Hey, Spencer, check your Facebook messages."
Yes.
It was 8 p.m. the night before. It was 13 hours before the time.
Hey man, I was at work when I
It's
texted.
I didn't know fucking Grandpa over here wanted to wake up for the early bird special in the morning.
Hey man,
You
I
mean to work
hotspot some
on the house?
specials.
Oh no, I was up. I just
He
didn't
was
look-
up. He just didn't want to look at the message where it says, "Bing! Hey, someone's talking to you."
You're right, because I had to do work on the house, so I made sure not to distract myself by opening my phone. I just went out to do work, and I was going to go get breakfast and shower and come here. Been a great day. Just fucking ruined it for your goddamn stupid football shit.
I learned that my friends can't use Facebook very well.
That's
Steve,
true.
Steve can't change times on groups apparently, even though I showed him how to do it in an easy 5 seconds. And the one time I need Spencer to look at a message, can't do it.
The one time? No, we use this group chat pretty often. There's a lot of times you need me to look at it, and this is the first time
A
I
lot
just
of
had it,
times.
so next time, reach the fuck out.
I did reach out.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I
Fucking
did.
Adding me in the messenger isn't reaching out.
Suspense. What did you learn?
I learned that there's just no fucking winning with Brian. That there will always be some stupid little petty bullshit counter that he has, and just fuck you. That's what I learned.
All I'm saying is you said send a text message. That is a text message.
No, it doesn't make a text message has a different vibration. I have so many apps that do just a single bzz. Like a text message gives me a different vibration that I look at right away.
Is that a song? Different vibrations?
Good
No, it's
vibration.
Good
Good
Vibrations
Vibrations.
by the Beach Boys.
That's it.
Overrated band. Anyway, Bob, you?
They are. They're
no,
yesteryear's,
I already said.
yesteryear's boy bands.
You know, carrier pigeon, smoke signal.
Oh, yeah.
Text.
Cool.
Both of ours were fuck you.
Right back at you, gentlemen. Right back at you.
Well, I guess on that note, you've been listening to Shootin' the Shibby. Don't forget you can like us on Facebook at Shibby Shack. Follow us on Instagram at Shibby Shack Official. Check us out on iTunes. Like us, give us 5 stars. Subscribe to us.
Give you 5 stars.
And all that fun stuff. Check us out on Spotify, Player.fm, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts. Also on our website, shootintheshibby.podbean.com. Check out our friends of the podcast, Bethany at Crafter's Quest. She's the one who made our awesome album art, as well as
Can you
DJ
stop moving the
Quads,
chair?
who's making some great music. Also, follow us on Twitch at Shibby_Shack. Every now and then we'll stream live and play some games and all that kind of stuff. My brother and I usually play either PUBG or GTA, and you guys will stream any other random PC games, possibly Until Dawn, maybe. Hopefully the 3 of us will be able to do that soon. And a whole lot of other stuff. So for one final time, for Spencer
I hate you both.
and for Brian,
Love you both.
I'm Bob. Thank you so much for shooting the Shibby.
Yes, adore you all of the time. I like to. I like to. I like to love you every day.